Hey, Battle Bill here with another video, and today we're getting some more Love Cup Go Battle League battles. This is actually going to be the last set of Love Cup battles that I'll be showcasing on the channel, because by the time I put out my next video, all 3 leagues will be back, and we'll be getting into more content on those. So, to wrap up Love Cup, we had to get a little spice. We had to get an amazing submission from somebody that submitted battles multiple times to this channel. Shout out to Leandro, a highly skilled trainer that, like I said, has been featured on the channel many times, and he is beaming for us today. We got the double beam meme team. That's what McCulloch's. It's got a beautiful ring to it. I am so excited for these sets of battles. I think there's 10 battles in total, so I cannot wait to commentate over them. We're running Shadow Porygon 2 over there to the side with Hyper Beam and Electrode in the back with Hyper Beam. So double beams, more fun. That's just how it goes. Or is that a different catchphrase? Anyhow, I'm gonna be keeping a beam counter probably right there, and if you don't see it throughout the video, it's because I'm a trash editor and I ended up not doing it, so I apologize in advance. But Leandro, thank you so much for the submission. We got the Scolipede lead. Let's see how many beams we can land, or he can land, in this set of battles. I am beyond excited to see these battles, and I am clicking all the wrong stuff here. There we go. Okay, we didn't miss much. I was clicking all the wrong things. I made the heart disappear, and I didn't start playing the gameplay by mistake. But either way, we're getting to this first battle. He's got Scolipede going up against some Spice, up against an Octillery. Like we learned through my Octillery video, it has access to Octazooka, which hurts a lot, apparently, because Scolipede's so glassy, and also Gunk Shot. They swap into a Talonflame here, and he matches the Talonflame swap with his Electrode, and this is going to pretty much hard counter it. Could definitely tank Flame Charge or a Brave Bird, because Brave Bird would be resisted, and I might miscall some of these battles, because as you can tell, these battles are in a different language, so I do apologize if it takes me a second to shoutcast it properly. Either way, that was definitely a Flame Charge, because the animation was a dead giveaway, and Leandro's Electrode was able to survive. I apologize in any volume changes in the music, just because I'm going to up the music volume a little bit there. It wasn't loud enough for my liking. He just falls short of the Hyper Beam. Unfortunately, gets Razor Leaf down by the Cherum, which, that is Razor Leaf, right? I'm not going crazy. That's definitely Razor Leaf. Comes back in with Scolipede, getting off the X Scissor here. This will do a nice chunk, gets the Cherum shield, and then they swap back into the Octillery. Octillery's going for a charge move. He has 2 shields. Shadow Porygon 2 is going to be very glassy. Not as glassy as Shadow Porygon Z would be, but it's not doing too much better, and does get debuffed by the Octazooka debuff, unfortunately. Not going to go for the Hyper Beam here. Honestly, no reason to. Even with the debuff, Octillery's so glassy. Tri-Attack should be plenty. It ends up being plenty. Takes it out. Cherum comes back in, going for another Tri-Attack here. Unfortunately, no beams in this battle, but I am sure he promised me there are more beams to come. So that Tri-Attack lands, and he's going to get Razor Leafed down. He has a shield. They should not be at 2 Weather Balls here. They're going to throw one here, but he should be able to Poison Jab down after shielding this Weather Ball and win the first match of the set of battles. So on top of this being a nice little double, well, that cut really quickly, but he definitely won there. The Poison Jab definitely went through to take out the Cherum. On top of this being a double B meme team, it's a pretty solid team too. I use Scolipede and Electrode on my main team in Love Cup Go Battle League battles. The only difference here is his Porygon 2 versus my Alola Mola. So, you know, this team might be like not only a fun one to test out, but one you could probably get some last minute dubs if you're still trying to make that legend push in Love Cup Go Battle League. So we're gonna get an X Scissor through here. Gets the opponent's shield. Questionable shields, because the Poison Jabs are adding up, and Violent Boom is not winning this matchup, even though Scolipede is glassy and the Razor Leaves are adding up. Wow, they double shielded. Oh, this is asking for the beam. This is just asking for the beam. And the craziest part is he swaps into Shadow Porygon 2, and both normal charge moves are going to be resisted, because Crustal's typing is a rock typing, but he's still going for the Shadow Hyper Beam. Will the resisted damage still be enough to take out the Crustal? Oh, it just barely survived. I was ready to go boom. I was gonna steal Zionix Flow and go with the boom, because that Hyper Beam was crazy, and the Crustal just barely survived it, which makes sense because of that resistance. But either way, that's just the first of many beams to come. I'm quite excited about the rest of them, because that was a crazy one. Charge move coming through from the Violet Plume. Is he going to shield it? Going to let it come through? He lets it come through. Going to be a Sludge Bomb. Takes out the Scolipede. Going to come into Electrode. Commit to the Volt Switch down. Are we going to see 2 beams in this match? The Electrode took quite a bit of damage. Oh, I want to see the beam, but the smart play here is to really go for the Discharge. Let's see what he's going to do. Goes for the discharge here. Will he be able to survive the waterfalls enough to get to a hyper beam? The hyper beam's so unnecessary. Is he gonna do it? Is he gonna do it? He's gonna do it. Let's go. Going for the hyper beam. Definitely did not need it in this specific part of the match. Electro just barely survives to hang on as that Alomola gets hyper beam for him to win the match. Definitely could have thrown the discharge there or won it, but the content, man. Leandro's thinking about the content, and I cannot thank him enough for that. So getting into his next battle, he's got a Scolipede on a Alomola lead, decides to safe swap into his Electrode, and his opponent comes in with Sunny Cherum with Razor Leaf, which would be a solid match to the Electrode as long as they shield here. The beam lands. He lands the beam on the Cherum. They had two shields. And they quit. They got beamed and quit. Electrode hyper beaming, Shadow Porygon hyper beaming, getting some rage quits. Oh man, this is such an exciting set of battles. I cannot be more thankful for that submission. I cannot believe they rage quit after he essentially gave up lead. All right, getting into the next battle. He's got Scolipede on the Medicham. Gonna build all the way up past the Sludge Bomb, expecting the Medicham to go straight for the big move. Is it gonna be yep, that's definitely a Psychic, even though I have no idea what those words say. That was definitely a Psychic there. He's over farming like crazy. I'm worried he's getting too close to 100 energy. He's built up to almost 2 Sludge Bombs here. Will this land? Will the opponent shield because they want to get off another Psychic? They will shield. He's at another Sludge Bomb here. This will not take out the Medicham's remaining health, but it will get it really low. Could commit to the 2 shields. They both could commit to the 2 shield. They decide not to. Oh, ooh, that's unfortunate. Is this enough for another Psychic? We're going to find out. I think it is. He lets it come through. It's not enough. That's an Ice Punch. That's the only neutral move that Medicham could deal to Scolipede. So it had to be an Ice Punch. Trash Wormadam comes in. Confusion's down the Scolipede, and now he comes in with the Electrode. Here you definitely got to go for discharge. You won't want to meme with the beam and throw another resisted one, because Trash Wormadam is quite tanky and it would not be beneficial in this match to do that. Charge moves coming through. Is he going to decide to shield his Electrode? He's going to want to get off another discharge. He lets this come through. Bug Buzz, that's a good chunk. No debuff, which is huge. So he should be able to get to another discharge, which is going to be big. Electrode just holding on with the littlest of health. Either gets a shield or will take out the Trash Madam. Definitely going to swap into a Shadow Porygon immediately after. And can he lock on Farm Down? Nah, he definitely can't. He's going to have to shield this move that's coming through. Should be a Bug Buzz. Definitely going to do a lot of damage to Shadow Porygon. Hopefully no debuff. Ooh, gets debuffed, but the opponent immediately swaps. They immediately swapped in the Cherum. That's a huge misplay because he's getting to another beam on the no-shielded Sunny Cherum, and oh, and it's done. It's done for. The Trash Wormadam comes back in, and because of the way the opponent swapped out, he's still able to get off this Tri-Attack, and this should take out the Trash Wormadam's remaining health, and he pulls off that match. Beam came in clutch. I really got to put the counter up there because I have no idea how many beams we already landed. It's been too exciting, and I've already lost track. So he did change up the team at certain points. He did give me this heads up, but I'm not going to update screen. He changed Scolipede to Vileplume for this specific match. I don't think he changes it up for more than a couple matches though, and we're going to go back to this team on the side. That'll be the main team. So do expect this team to come back. But for this one, it was Shadow Vileplume, wins lead. Opponent comes in with the Charizard. He's going to come in with his Electrode, obviously. Gets off an undercharged discharge there just because of the fact that it was a CMP tie. And they're getting another charge move off. Should only be a Dragon Claw. Electrode should survive this. He decides not to shield. That is definitely a Dragon Claw because I didn't understand the words. But if it was a Blast Blurm, the Electrode would not have survived it. So it was a smart play to undercharge it just because of the CMP tie. Definitely didn't want to enter this matchup with 0 energy. It was unfortunate that the Charizard still ended up getting off another Dragon Claw there, but he gets off a discharge and gets the Wigglytuff shield. Can come back in the Vileplume. That was definitely a misplay on the opponent by shielding that discharge just because of the, well, I guess if they're really worried about the Shadow Vileplume, which they are because they have a Slowbro in the back, and I don't think the beams are going to be, actually, was this a beam? I lost track. No, it's only a Tri-Attack. Gets another shield though. I don't think the beam, which it's not going to be making an appearance in this battle, is going to be that big of a deal. So I think Shadow Vileplume, or regular Vileplume, I lost track. Wow, that did a lot of damage and got the debuff. Vileplume is going to be able to clutch endgame, whether it's a Shadow or not. Is this a Shadow? It is a Shadow Vileplume. All right, I'm not crazy. Yeah, this is GG. Nothing they can do. Vileplume has 2 shields, and it's going to resist all charms. Beautiful match there. Scolipede would have done just as well in that situation, though, so that's awesome. Oh, yeah, he also tried one out with Scizor, a beautiful shiny Scizor here. Electrode and Porygon 2, though, remain the same, and I'm pretty confident after this match we go back to Scolipede, but like I said, a couple matches are going to be off. Either way, getting to this match, he's got a Scrafty lead. The opponent's going for a Power Punch. Scizor is quite glassy. They obviously got the boost because Power Punch is 100% boost. He's overfarming a lot, built up a lot of energy. Honestly, because you're throwing all these Night Slashes, which are unfortunately going to be... Oh, he built up the energy to get the shield. That made sense, but unfortunately does not get off the Iron Head there, because he wanted to build... I was going to say you go for the Night Slashes right away for potential boost, but Scrafty would resist the Night Slashes, so I guess baiting the Iron Head and then trying to land the Iron Head was really the smart play, which makes sense. Alejandro makes all the great plays. He knows best. But it was unfortunate that the Scizor did not survive long enough to get off the Iron Head, but at least got the shield. Comes in with Electrode here, gets his opponent's last shield, has a shield of his own. Is he going to commit to the Electrode? He is going to commit to it. Should be able to get to another... Ooh, it's a foul play. That's a big shield. Should be able to get to another discharge and take out the Scrafty. And now they're in a no-shield situation. So can we be seeing a beam? Is the beam coming? The opponent's got 2 Pokemon in the back. He's going immediately into his Shadow Porygon. They swapped in they brought in a Alola into the Electrode. What is their last Pokemon? Oh my lord, he's getting off the beam. How much damage is this going to do to the Alola? Watch it land. It one-shots. He screenshotted it. That's how beautiful that was. That was such a beautiful one-shot of the Alola from Shadow Porygon. So if you ever were wondering that, because Alola is thick and tanky, a Shadow Porygon's Hyper Beam does one-shot it, lands a Tri-Attack, gets the debuff of attack and defense on the Talonflame. Will that debuff be clutch enough for the Electrode to pull out this match? It is. A Flame Charge comes through. That was insane. The Tri-Attack debuff not going through boosts us in the match. Like, then look at, we're back to Scolipede, but he needed that Tri-Attack debuff because you saw that the Electrode survived with this much health. Would have definitely died to the Flame Charge coming through if the debuff did not happen. That was crazy. Okay, getting to this next one. Opponent swaps out into Electrode. He matches the Electrode with his own Electrode. Opponent threw a Discharge there. Definitely don't want to throw it in this situation, but they probably have a Hyper Beam also, so maybe they were baiting, which could definitely be a reason for why they threw that in this situation. Because if not, you definitely want to go straight foul play. They go, yep, they have a beam. Yep, there we go. That answers that question. And he calls the beam, which is huge. He's going to go for a beam of his own. Is this going to be another beam? He's undercharging the beam. He gets the shield anyway. Doesn't matter. Unfortunately, does not land it. But does that count towards a beam counter? I think it does. Whenever you just throw a beam, I think it fits in the beam counter because you're getting it off. And getting off Hyper Beam is such an insane move to be throwing. The opponent baits with a Discharge there. He definitely wants to go for a Discharge here. No reason for the Hyper Beam at this low of a health. But yeah, how often do you see Hyper Beam after Hyper Beam after Hyper Beam lands? That's a pretty exciting part of the Love Cup, not gonna lie. Gets the opponent's last shield and gets off a Discharge before they can get off a move. This should take out the opponent's Electrode's remaining health, and it does. Are we gonna see another beam? I feel like it's just like the whole the whole commentary of this entire video. Is there going to be a beam? Is there going to be a beam? Is there going to be another beam? Scrafty comes in, counters down the Electro, which is unfortunate. Definitely going to want to come in with Scolipede here. The opponent swaps immediately, and he goes in the Shadow Porygon. We're going to see another beam land. We need this to do a lot of damage. It's going to be resisted. But Scolipede does not want to say his Trash Wormadam. There's no way this beam does enough for him to pull off this match. Oof. That's a lot of damage. Not enough to take it out, but does get the opponent's energy because they decide to throw. That's definitely a slight misplay. They definitely should have just Confusion downed. But I guess maybe the Porygon gets to a Tri-Attack, which would have taken out the remaining health. So I guess the safe play. Can't blame them. Getting off an X-Scissor here takes out the Trash Wormadam's remaining health, but that Scrafty was loaded. Do they pup and then foul play? Because a foul play will not take out the remaining health. This is going to be a foul play, which means now they need 2 foul plays. I wonder if that's a misplay. I'm saying a lot of the word play here. He's going for the Sludge Bomb. Does he have enough for the Sludge Bomb and the X-Scissor? Because that's what he's going to need to win. 1 Sludge Bomb is not going to do enough. Gets it low. Ooh, just falls short. Opponent's going to get off what should be a Power Punch. No reason for a foul play here to take out the Scolipede's remaining health. But, you know, not every match can be a win when you're running a team like this and we're trying to land beams. But did land another beam, and that's always exciting. Okay, getting to the next one. Scolipede on Alola. He does not swap like he did last. Oh, nope, he is swapping. I take that back. He swaps into Shadow Porygon. The opponent decides to stay in. He's going to have to shield this because he brought in the Shadow Porygon. Definitely want to preserve its health. The Waterfalls are already chunking. Have it down about 40%. The opponent finally swaps out into a Scolipede. I feel like, yeah, because Scolipede's so glassy, it's almost like a definite. The opponent's going to shield no matter what comes through, so you don't want to throw a beam here and then just go to waste on the shield. Gets the opponent's shields here. Goes for another Tri-Attack. Hopefully gets a debuff from one of these Tri-Attacks. That could definitely be helpful in this match. Look how much that Tri-Attack did. Oh my lord. It seemed like the opponent missed out on a quick move there. I wonder if he could have gotten to a beam because of that, but I guess without throwing the charge move, the missed out quick move doesn't really happen. Comes in with his own Scolipede. Probably going to let this charge move come through because Scolipede resists Scolipede's moves. Ends up being an X-Scissor. Swaps into Electrode, gets the Volt Switch through to farm it down. Really smart heads-up play. And now we have a one-shield matchup with an Electrode. Leandro's Electrode that has a little bit more health. The opponent's going for a charge move. This should be a foul play unless they don't know their typings and decide to throw a Discharge here. It is a Discharge because that was not... It was clear. If Leandro wasn't at a Hyper Beam and Leandro had an energy advantage, it was clear that that was not going to be a Hyper Beam. So I don't know why they threw the Discharge there, but you definitely want to go for the neutral move in this situation. Doesn't land the beam. No, the opponent shields it, but should be able... Oh, he's getting a lot of extra Volt Switches through. Should be able to shield this and get off another beam. We're going to see 2 beams in one matchup. No way. He gets off another beam. This is 100% going to take out the opponent's Electrode's remaining health. Will this be enough, though, to win the match? Going into Scolipede here, has to worry about getting Waterfall down? Maybe not. Maybe the opponent has to throw up because between the Sludge Bomb, the Poison Jabs, and the X-Scissor he's definitely going to get to. Should be able to take out the Alolamol's remaining health. Is he going to get to the X-Scissor? Is he going to get to it? Oh, Scolipede survives with 1 HP. Gonna get it off. Gonna be super clutch because the Alola is at a Psychic, which would have taken out the Electrode's remaining health, and he clutches to win that match and landed 2 Hyper Beams in it. Honestly, bro, this set has been an emotional roller coaster of just pure excitement. Okay, poor lead here up against Trash Wormadam. Safe swapping into Shadow Porygon. Let's see what the opponent decides to do. I can't tell if they're lagging. There's so much on screen. That doesn't look like it. A lot of damage got dealt. The Trash Wormadam stays in, going for a charge move. Should only be an Iron Head because it was a little bit cheaper. Ends up shielding it. Gotta. Now, do we go for a beam? Do we go for a beam? I'm just like, beam, more beams. Give me more beams. Gets off the Tri-Attack, though. Is this going to get a shield? Because it's a beam bait. Does get the shield, which is huge. Does get the debuff. Gonna go for the beam. The debuff was huge because the Porygon probably doesn't survive the confusions without the debuffs there. Lands the beam. Takes out the Trash Wormadam's remaining health. Bro, what is this set? All the booms. All the booms. I didn't want to say too many booms because I don't want to jack Zionic style. I gotta maybe come up with my own word, but these are insane matches, and obviously shout out Zionic. Mad love to him. I like that he does the booms when he lands those big hits because it's such an exciting moment. It's really insane. So now he's got an Electrode on a Milotic matchup right here, which is a great for him because Shadow Porygon was able to essentially win switch in that matchup up against Trash Wormadam. The Milotic comes in. This should only be a Surf here. Yep, the word surf was in that long version, different language. Never mind. Anyhow, gets off another Discharge here. This will take out the Milotic's remaining health. And what is the opponent's last Pokemon back there? It is a Talonflame. All we need to do is get off this Discharge. Talonflame is way too glassy. This will take out his remaining health, and Electrode and Porygon, the Beamers, even though Electrode didn't land a beam, clutch this game after a terrible lead of Trash Wormadam on Scolipede. And Scolipede just sat in the back like, yeah, y'all go beam, I'm gonna go chill. Get into the next one, a beautiful lead. Scolipede's going to prove its worth here with its positive matchup up against Wigglytuff. A Scizor comes in, and he matches the Scizor with an Electrode. Definitely wants to go for the Discharges here. Not expecting a beam in this situation. This should be a Night Slash. Definitely don't want to shield the first one, just in case they get the boost. This one does the least amount of damage. Thankfully, they don't get the boost. These Volt Switches are chunking away at Scizor. He's getting off another Discharge here. Gets the opponent's shield. Not another one. Gets off his first Discharge here. The opponent's getting off another Night Slash here, though. Gonna shield this one just because you definitely want to keep switch and keep things lined up. Even though the Night Slash would have been survived, there's no reason not to shield it, especially because you're sitting in a positive matchup. The bullet punches being resisted aren't doing enough to stress you out to get quick move down. Shields another Night Slash. Got a little greedy and overfarmed a bit. Seems like, oh, okay, I was gonna say, seems like he's gonna Volt Switch all the way down. That might have been a tough call, but goes for the Discharge here. knocks out the opponent's Scizor. The Wigglytuff comes back in, can't get off a beam here. Will get off another discharge though, so that's awesome, and keeps things lined up very nicely because he can bring in his Scolipede after getting charmed down. I'm surprised the opponent shielded there just because Scolipede's going to wall this Wigglytuff so hard, but maybe their last Pokemon doesn't want to see Scolipede either, so they were hoping maybe Wigglytuff would be able to get to a move, but Leandro's not going to let that happen. He's going for the Sludge Bomb. This will take out the Wigglytuff's remaining health. What is that opponent's last Pokemon? It's another Charmer. No, don't quit, don't quit. Oh, the opponent didn't quit. I was like, Scolipede could just clutch this all by himself, but we're getting another beam, baby. Let's go. The opponent's like, oh, Leandro misplayed bringing in Porygon. I'm gonna get free farm. Boom. Nope, no free farm. Another landed Hyper Beam, and that was the last battle of the set. Leandro, thank you so much. Way to end it with another beam. Super hype set of battles, and those were 10 battles. They flew by. There were so many beams. I enjoyed the battle so much. I want to try to get this type of content, but curating and creating this type of content, landing big moves like this, is not an easy thing to do myself, and definitely not an easy thing to get from others. But with all leagues coming back, if you want to put together some teams that are landing hyper beams, solar beams, what are other big moves? Landing gunk shots, those are always like if you can get a compilation of big moves landing, you want to submit it to the channel, please do. I hope you enjoy watching this set of battles as much as I enjoyed shoutcasting it. Leandro, thank you again so much for the submission, and please, as always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. It really goes a long way in supporting the channel, and it's free, and I cannot thank you enough for it. But on that note, good luck with the rest of your battles, good luck making your pushes to legend, and I will see you all in the next video.